Final score, Manchester United 4, West Ham United 1. 2 goals from Ibra and 2 from Anthony Martial. And here we are with the player ratings. Starting with David De Gea. I'm going to give David De Gea a 7 out of 10. Once again, didn't really have that much to do, but it did pull off a few decent saves. Probably not so much at fault for the goal, but you know, David De Gea is David De Gea, isn't it? Considering like the defensive problems that we got at the minute, yeah, I think 7's a solid result. Valencia at right back. I'm going to give him a 7 also. I think that a lot of the time he was going forward and he struggled at times with his pace, as he has done in the last few games, but considering he's not exactly a right back and he has, you know, come towards the winter of his career, so to speak, I think he's put it in decent performances. But I still think that we need to address that right back situation properly. Rojo, I'm going to give Rojo a 6. Didn't really do a lot, but you know, West Ham didn't really have too much going for them up top. Rojo was the very last man, and he just gave a decent performance. A few decent clearances. His passing from out the back was good. Not a bad performance from him at all, if you don't mind me saying. Jones, I'm going to give Jones a 6 also. Same as Rojo. Not overly that much to do, but putting in a fairly solid performance. 6 is not so much a bad mark, before you all start slating me in the comments, but it is what it is, isn't it? Let us know what you think if you disagree. Shaw at left back came off early-ish, but when he did come on from the start all the way through, it was attacking, going back, and once again, there wasn't that much for him to do either. I'm going to give him a 6. Yeah, Carrick, who was helping out. Carrick, I'm going to give him a 7 because he was in midfield and he was pulling back to help the defence, and he spent a lot of time in defence. You know, as I said earlier on, we have got a bit of a defensive crisis, and in times like this, we need players like Carrick to really, you know, help out those at the back. And I think he did a decent job. Ander Herrera, I'm going to give Ander Herrera a 7. I think he probably should have got a goal today. His passing was good, and he might not have gone forward as much as I'd liked him to have done, but he's still put in a decent, solid performance. I'm going to give Mkhitaryan. Brilliant. Easily one of our best players out there today. His passing was good. He was going forward. He was covering all areas of the field. It was between him, Ibrahimovic, and Rooney. They all seemed to switch positions, and I think it confused the West Ham defence because they were like, oh, you know who we're meant to mark? You know, he's on the left, he's on the right, he's down the centre, and yeah, he seemed to really work effectively today. I'm going to give Mkhitaryan an 8 because he was fantastic. Rooney, I'm going to give a 7, very solid 7, considering the last three or 4 games or so, he has started to pick up in regards to his work efforts, and I think 7 is a very good result for him, considering the previous games that he played before, he didn't look interested, he looked unfit, and you know, he was given 5 performances, quite frankly. So yeah, Rooney, decent. Martial, I'm going to give Martial an 8 as well. He was fantastic today. The Martial that we paid big money for, this is the kind of guy, this is the kind of player today who came on the pitch, his passing was good, he was attacking, scored 2 goals, and you know, considering that, you know, we overpaid for him according to the Mirror. But, you know, what do they know? Ibrahimovic, I'm going to give Ibrahimovic a 7 out of 10. And I thought that he was really good. Really, really good. Definitely a lot better than his last 2 performances. And he scored 2. And at times he just made it look like he wasn't even trying. He just kind of caused problems for the West Ham defence, and really, maybe he should have got a hat-trick. Definitely should have got a hat-trick. Players that came off the bench were Rashford. Didn't really come on for too long, so it's hard to really give him a rating. I'm going to give him a 5. Yeah, it was all right. Blind, Daley Blind, he came on for Shaw, and I'm going to give him a 6 because he held that position really well. Blind, who can play right across the back, you know, can be temperamental at times, but, you know, looked very comfortable today. But, you know, again, you know, the defence wasn't really troubled. You know, West Ham didn't really have a lot going forward, even though they did score 1. But and Schweinsteiger, free. Our players have come out of jail. Mkhitaryan the other day, out of jail, back playing. Schweinsteiger, I'm going to give Schweinsteiger a 6. He didn't play too much of the game, but it could tell, like, from the bat, it was straight. He really wanted to play, you know, because there's so much of in the last few weeks of him, you know, posting selfies of him walking through Manchester, really not doing a lot. But, you know, it's clearly been working hard. Managed to get himself on the bench in the last game and managed to get himself on the pitch today. And there was one chance he had from outside the box. He had a shot. It went over. He probably weren't going to score, but, you know, it's nice to think, yeah, he was really going for it. And maybe, you know, there's still a future for him. Who knows? But it was nice to see him about, and it was also good to see the whole of Old Trafford, especially Jay Stand, get behind him, constantly banging on, singing Deutschland Fußballmeister, Bastion. And, you know, that's what we like. We like a bit of a success story, don't we? So, guys, anyway, let us know what you think. Do you agree with the ratings? Do you disagree with them? Put your own ratings in the box. Subscribe to the channel. And until next time, come on the Reds.